watchmen for Israel. The watchmen for Israel. These brothers out in Baltimore, you know, they do the work.
So prior to that, what did you identify yourself as?
You know, so-called African and Black American, you know.
So somewhere, at some point,
right,
your spirit said, I believe what these people are talking about in this video.
Yeah, because honestly, my life, okay.
Honestly,
well, I'm just speaking, brother. Like, where I was going in my life and where I was going, just living, like I had an understanding like this can't be it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know where I was going. I was just, excuse my language, just being a whole nigga and not doing the right things. So the Most High, honestly, He showed me the way. So He showed me who I was according to the scriptures, and from there, that's where I took it. So I was watching videos about a brother who would break down movies and things like that, and identify these particular movies are talking about Hebrew Israelites or so-called black people. Hispanics and Native Americans also pertain to that lineage also. So that's what we're out here doing. We're telling the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they're God's chosen people, the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. That's what we're doing. And we have to repent, be converted, because a lot of us we're living in this yeah, we're in sin, and we're basically taking on customs. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of the Israel.
Yeah, what do you mean by we're born into sin?
That's what the scripture said.
If you could give me an idea where in the scriptures you're talking about, so I could look at what you're referring to.
I want you to tell me where in the scriptures you're talking about that supposedly that you're a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay, I'll show you that. I'll show you that. But the reason I asked him for the mic is because you said we're born into sin. I hear that a lot. I'm not sure what you're talking about though. What does it mean to be born into sin?
Well, what does it mean to be born?
What does it mean to be born?
Yeah.
You come out of your mother's womb.
Right.
Okay.
Right into sin. So how clearly
what do you mean
get that?
right into sin?
Yeah.
What is it? Well, how about this? What is sin?
We are born into the world of sin.
A world of sin does not mean that I'm born sinful.
That's not what I said.
Okay.
I say we were born into sin.
Okay.
Which is like being born into the world of sin.
So was, say, Isaiah born into sin? Okay, well, at one point in time, the nation of Israel wasn't a sinful nation. So the people that were born at that time, by your definition, would not have been born into sin.
We were all born into sin? There's only one person that wasn't born into sin.
Who's that?
That was Jesus.
He was born in the same world we all were.
Sure. But
so if I'm born into sin,
of the same blood. It's the blood of man that makes it sin.
The blood of man makes it sin. What's sinful about the blood of man?
I don't know. It's just in the scriptures.
No, but I mean, but you said it. The scriptures didn't say that.
Sure.
The scriptures say that blood is sin?
No. Because we were born of this world, we are of sin.
Did Jesus come out of his mother's womb?
He did come out of his mother's womb.
And you came out of your mother's womb?
I came out of my mother's womb, but who was Jesus' father?
Joseph.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely yes.
No.
His earthly father was Joseph.
Yeah, but it wasn't Joseph's blood that created Jesus.
Blood doesn't create anybody. Semen does.
And neither his semen.
Yes, it was his semen. Go to Matthew. Go to Matthew.
Listen, I want you to show me where Joseph is
sliding
sausage in Mary.
I'm going to show you right now.
I want you to show me where Joseph was sliding sausage in Mary, because I ain't never seen it. And never look, my man's over there like.
It's because of how you said it. It's because of how you said it. You're a funny brother. It was funny how you said it. But check this out. We gonna well, I mean, I don't want to just hark on just one verse, because then you might suspect me taking it out of context. We might as well just start at the top.
No, I'm saying.
Okay.
And then we're gonna walk this part, man.
All right. No
entertain y'all today, man.
No doubt. Well, we do understand that Christ had siblings, right?
Let's go on to what the scripture you talking about.
All right, we're gonna go to the scripture. We'll just talk about Christ. Right? Read from the top, and then we'll skip to the point, because they want to walk apart.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 1 from the top. the book of the generation of Jesus Christ.
Hold on. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ. What does that mean? This is talking about his generation's genealogy, right? All right. This is his family, his lineage, who he came from. Oh, this is Matthew, chapter 1 from the top. We read it from the King James, but we're not shy about other versions either. I know some people are KJV onlyists. We're not KJV onlyists. We just prefer the KJV.
Matthew 1:1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren.
Now, when it says begat, it means to sire, right? So Abraham had sex with a woman who gave birth to Isaac. Isaac, Jacob, Judas, and his brethren. So,
and Judas begat Phares and Zara of Tamar, and Phares begat Ezram, and Ezram begat Aram. And Aram begat Aminadab, and Aminadab begat Naasim, and Naasim begat Salmon, and Salmon begat Boaz of Rechab, and Boaz begat Obed of Ruth, and Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David the king.
David the king. So the reason I'm reading down to at least this point is because he's referred to as the son of David several times, right? So we can see from Abraham down to David, Solomon, you know, and so on and so forth. Let's skip to the end of this line of genealogy.
Okay. Now you can go ahead.
16.
Verse 16. And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ.
Now, whose genealogy was that?
Now watch this. And Jacob begot Joseph,
Yes.
the husband of Mary,
Yes.
of whom was born Jesus.
Of whom? Who's the whom?
Mary.
No.
Yeah, that's
no.
that's the
English sentence structure dictates that the subject was Joseph.
I'm just telling
was
you.
Joseph.
Now,
Was this Mary's lineage?
Hold on.
Was this Mary's lineage? Yes or no? Was this Mary's lineage or Joseph's?
Female was named before.
That's a lie because that's a lie. That's a lie. You weren't listening. You weren't listening.
No.
Read it again.
It didn't come up until marriage, and then it goes.
No. You're lying, brother. You're lying because you walked over there when you wasn't listening.
No, I was
wasn't
listening. Dude, they specifically said of Mary.
Verse 5. And Salmon begat Boaz and Rechab, and Boaz begat Obed of Ruth.
Of who?
Of Ruth.
Of who?
Of Ruth.
A woman. So that's not the first woman that was named. This isn't about Ruth's lineage. This isn't about Mary's lineage. Joseph is not even the first Joseph in this line. No, it's specifying which Joseph it was. Joseph, who was the husband of Mary, not Joseph, the son of Jacob.
Was born Jesus.
Right.
Mary. Jesus was born of Mary.
Nobody said he wasn't.
Of Mary.
He has to have a mom. Of course he was born of Mary.
Man. I love y'all.
This is literally Joseph's lineage.
I love it.
Mary's lineage is not listed anywhere in the Bible.
Hey, let's exchange numbers, man, because I do want to have
Well, he tried to give you the flyer. My number's on that flyer.
Yeah. Let me get your flyer.
Mary's lineage is literally nowhere listed in this Bible.
I enjoy a good conversation.
If that's not Christ's lineage, then he's not the son of David.
He's the son of David.
Well, yes, I agree, because he's also the son of Joseph.
But it wasn't Joseph's semen, bro.
So who do you suppose impregnated Mary?
The angel, bro.
So you think an angel committed adultery?
No.
Can you impregnate somebody else's wife and it not be adultery? No. The scriptures don't say an angel impregnated Mary. No.
It don't say that.
No.
It also don't say that Joseph slid sausage.
Absolutely. Actually, it does. Have you ever read this in the Greek? Have you ever read this in the Greek? The same word for begat in all those other verses is in that same verse, but in English it doesn't use the word begat. It literally says in the Greek that he sired Christ. It says that. It also says elsewhere that Joseph, the father of Jesus, Mary was talking to him and said, your father was looking for you, not talking about the Most High God. Yes, God is his father in the sense that he created his spirit, but as far as the flesh is concerned, he was born just like the rest of us.
So what makes you a Hebrew Israelite?
What makes me a Hebrew Israelite? The seed of my father. Same thing that makes Christ a Hebrew Israelite.
So did we come here? Did they come here? Black people come here?
Who's they?
Other than through that same lineage?
Oh, you said white people?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure what you were.
Yeah. Did she come here through some other lineage that's not included in there?
Not included in Israel. White people come from Esau, Jacob's twin brother. They exist. They were created just like everybody else, but they're not of the nation of Israel. There's many nations.
You think that you're pure brown?
Pure brown? What does that mean?
Like black or whatever. Like you think you think that you're not mixed?
I said from the seed of my father. If we want to talk about how people talk about mixed today, nobody's not mixed if that's what you're talking about. Nobody would not be mixed. Okay, so everybody intermingled at some point, even in the Bible, you read about that. But there are still distinct nations. It's not about what your mother is, it's about the seed that was planted in her.
You here.
What do you mean I'm here?
You in this nation.
Oh, you're talking about as far as countries are concerned. Well, biblically speaking, the word nation refers to who you descend from, not where you were born. Like if I were born in China, I wouldn't be Oriental. I would still be an Israelite.
The reality is we all descendants of God.
We're all descendants of God.
He created all of us.
I don't disagree with that. Of course he created all of us. But he created us and then separated us. It says that specifically.
Okay.
When he separated the sons of Adam and created all these nations. If God said I'm an Israelite, who am I to say, well, no, I'm just everybody else? I'm not. I don't.
Did he tell you that you was an Israelite?
When did he tell me I was an Israelite? Through the scriptures.
Okay, so
do you not think that there are different types of people? I didn't say people aren't people. Just because she's white doesn't make her not a person. She's a person.
Yeah, sure.
But she's not an Israelite.
If you didn't know your pigmentation, what would you be?
It's not about pigmentation.
Okay, so
you could look like whatever you want to look like and still be what you are. Bob Marley looked like us. That don't make him an Israelite. There's plenty of people in Africa that are not Israelites. There are some that are. There are some Israelites that might look white.
Here to make sure that the brown people, so-called brown, black,
so-called. Right? He's using colloquial terms that the world understands in order to make the point. We're not saying because you look a certain way.
Is that not pigmentation?
We're not
identify black, brown, or Hispanic?
Because the world that we live in is a colorist world. The Bible isn't colorist. It's nationalist. It's not colorist. You could look just how you look and still be something else.
You got that right.
So we agree. Right. So it's not about color. We're just using it so people understand what we're talking about.
Well, just use the truth.
We are using the truth.
So then you can alleviate the whole black, Hispanic, and brown.
If people already identify themselves as black, Hispanic, and brown, then I have to use that so they know I'm talking about them.
So then why exclude the pink folk?
Why exclude the pink folk?
Yeah.
Who said I excluded anybody?
Because you didn't include them.
When you're making a general statement.
Well, you said black, brown,
okay.
Hispanic.
How many genders are there? How many genders are there? There's male and female, right?
Hey, yeah.
Right.
We both know that.
All right. So why did we just exclude? Why did we just exclude all the hermaphrodites? I'm not okay with none of that. But I'm just using this as a point. Why did we just exclude all the hermaphrodites? Because it's a small percentage. Most people don't have two sets of genitalia, right? Right? So it's safe to say that there is male and there is female. Just like when he said black, Hispanic, and Native American, we're speaking generally. It's a general statement. We're not saying because you look a certain way, you are a certain thing. Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
Which is why he saw you and then still asked you, what's your nationality? He didn't just say, hey, brother, you look like me, therefore you got to be an Israelite. He asked you first. Because he don't know until he asks you. Because we're not supposed to judge just according to appearance. There was a group of Christians that preached down the street this way. One of them had stopped me one day to ask me a question.
I see you.
One of them had stopped me to ask a question, and they were surprised that I wasn't screaming at them and cussing them out because they had heard that Israelites just curse people out all the time, right? I said, well, why would I just curse you out? She goes, well, I'm a woman. Yeah, I can see that. and I'm white, okay. That doesn't mean I'm gonna curse you out. You didn't do anything to me. You just asked me a question. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even know what your nationality was until you just told me. We don't go around just assuming what everybody is based on what they look like, although a lot of people think we do. We always make sure to ask first before we speak on an individual that we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So that woman was expecting me to tear her head off verbally. She didn't think I was really gonna kill her, but she was expecting me to like scream on her, and I had nothing to scream on her about.
Well, that's typically what happens when people who look like you and I haven't experienced anything other than that, other than seeing the programming that's been on TV for years and generations and generations.
Right.
They're all weird about people who look like us are hostile, angry. Okay.
We have a reason to be angry.
And we have a reason to be, but it's not their fault. So I don't give them what they've seen. And like you did, you didn't give her what she was expecting.
Right.
So now she's shocked. But she also now has a different view.
I hope so.
But she has a different view. Whether she actually takes it and embraces it is a whole different story.
All right, fair enough.
But real talk, I love engaging in conversations like this, man. And I love being the devil's advocate.
Yeah, I know.
Just because it brings so much out, man. I love that you guys out here doing what you're doing. And I will be reaching out, man. What part of the valley y'all in?
Me and this brother stay over near Glendale. He stays close by here, but we come out here every Saturday.
Yeah. Good stuff. That's good stuff, man. I wish we could stay longer, but we came out here to do family time, man.
Enjoy your family time. You got my number.
Yeah, man.
Hit me up, and if you don't call, we'll still be here next week anyway.
Much love, man.
All right, love you too, Ken.
Is that your drink, bro?
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Exactly, like what we was talking about. We have every reason to be angry and hostile and all the things that, you know, these so-called white folks would expect from us, because we have endured levels of oppression previously unseen in the earth. Generally speaking, we're talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We have a collective history and a collective experience on this side of the planet Earth, and that is slavery, oppression, and murder at the hands of the white man, woman, and child. Don't ever forget to include the woman and the child in that. All right? Yes, the man was the powerhouse of it, but many a brother and sister has fallen from the lies and the deceit of their women and children. It's not just the men. All right?
Jumping on to verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
See that? We're not supposed to be quick to get overwhelmed with anger, right? Because that would be foolish. When you respond to every little thing out of anger, you are bound to make a mistake, a foolish mistake. We must operate according to the scriptures, all right? Now, it doesn't mean it's all, you know, rainbows and hugs for everybody. What it means is you think, you're calculated, all right? If you was to get into a boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather and he gets you angry and he's calculated, guess who's not winning? Your angry ass, all right? You'll be swinging wild, leaving openings, and he gonna tag you every which way. And if he don't knock you out, he's at least gonna get on that scoreboard and win how he usually do. Oh, was that what that ring was? Oh, okay. Come on.
SICARRI.